All right, let me get my co-commentators back, and then we can finally get going for round 7 of the I don't know, SFR season, and it's Red Bull leading the way in both the drivers and the constructors. As it stands, like I said, I'm just getting your co-commentators back in your ears, booting up Discord if we've got a Red Bull in the background. I wish you didn't have to have the pause menu open in F1. It's just like one of those nitty pick things. There we go. My co-commentators are back. All right, cool.
Nice.
Yep. Okay, so we can finally get cooking. So let's see. At the moment, Red Bull of Alex with a 33.3. Not a bad lap time at all to start off with. But let's see. The Mercedes of Kagoda. He's invalidated lap time, so he'll have to wait to put another one in. You can see Henry, Test Will, Formula Cringe. Well, Formula Cringe, I don't think he's really got a proper lap in. But you can certainly see they've given it a go. Leonard it's only 2 tenths off. So not bad at all. I think FICO is starting a lap through the S section. Looks pretty neat and tidy at the moment. Nice left-hander, not taking all the curb. And then decent right, then left, exiting that corner. Looks okay for the Ferrari of FICO, who I think, I'm not sure if he's in contention for the championship, but he's certainly not far down. Yeah. Miron, I said earlier you've driven around here many a time. What can you tell us about how FICO may be feeling right now, or parts of the circuit?
Yeah, right now it's just preparing the big braking. Then you can take a little bit more curb on the left-hander, and now it's just the smaller sector, like the sector 3, the most difficult sector of this track, with the slow corners. And some difficult braking and some corners where you cannot see the apex, so you just need to turn it on your feeling. That's really difficult.
Well, like that one.
Doing it quite, it's absolutely spot on there. And now the last corner, and then we're gonna see a step time.
And wow, provisional pole for FICO by almost 6 tenths, so 32.7, and already raising the bar significantly for the rest of these drivers here. Meanwhile, we've got Rillatorn, I think, starting his lap. Now, you said he was a good driver. What do you know about Rillatorn?
Yeah, I have driven against him many times. I think it was 3 weeks ago on Monza, and 2 weeks ago also on this track with him. Yeah, he's showing some great pace, was on the same pace as some F4 drivers in PSGL. So yeah, he showed some incredible pace around this track. So yeah, I'm not surprised if we can see him on pole position today and just control the whole race, because he is in that dominant Red Bull.
Yeah.
And of course, we know how fast the car is with his incredible DRS. So yeah, I'm not surprised if he wins here, and yeah, we will see what will happen. Of course, it's a difficult track. Mistake is very easy to make here. You can invalidate your lap time really easy in sector 1.
Yeah.
And then some difficult braking in sector 2, and another difficult braking in sector 3. So yeah, it's just, if you want to nail a lap around this track, you just need to be on there, and you need to practice a lot, because if you didn't practice, then yeah, you can just forget it, because this track is so difficult that without any practice you're not making it. Touch the curb there a little bit on the inside. That cost
I was going to say, I thought it looked like he was very close to exceeding track limits, but crosses the line and by 4 tenths. Yeah, that's good.
You can see already.
Wow.
That Red Bull is slippery.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, meanwhile, the McLaren of Cohenhards went up to P5. Plenty of cars also on the outlap. We've got Igzy. I think that's how you say that. Igzy's? Yeah, Igzy's here. He's invalidated. Galaxy, F2 driver, joined this season. Very quick promotion. Almost Max Verstappen style, into a primary seat, I guess you could say. But the Ferrari definitely be looking to challenge the top 4, maybe top 3 at least. Again,
of course, that beautiful livery. They did it because they won the Le Mans 24 hours.
Yeah, Seb, what do you think about the livery?
I think it's very good looking. I actually watched 24 Hours of Le Mans live. Like
Yeah.
in almost the entire thing, just had a little sleep break in the middle. And they were on fire. That car was so
Yeah.
beautiful, and this livery is.
Of course, they were a little bit lucky because the Toyota car number 7 got a problem, which caused him to retire.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
That's-
were absolutely on there, and so
I
yeah,
mean, when you first have to finish, right? So
that's true.
one
That's
time where Ferrari didn't have reliability issues.
Not a bad lap from Galaxy there. 7 tenths off of Rouleton, and only, I think, just over 3 tenths off of his own teammate. But 6 minutes left of Q1 as it stands. Rouleton, of course, P1, followed closely, well, somewhat closely by FICO. He's 4 tenths behind him. Rouleton retires, Ego retires there. So I clearly think he's got the pace to stay in, unsurprisingly, in that rocket ship underneath his feet. Same with FICO. Kagoza, P3, Galaxy, of course.
I don't see Williams beating that time. I don't see Williams or
Yeah.
a Haas or Alfa Romeo beating that time. So
Yeah, no.
I
They
know
just
that the realistic Williams got some great straight line speed, but they have a lack of downforce. So you
Yeah.
can see here purple sector 2, where you need the straight line speed. Their
Emery's
engine
not
is
doing
just
too bad, to be fair.
Yeah, the engine is just absolutely perfect. Took a little bit of a weird line there.
Yeah, I saw what's it? I don't remember which driver it was. Now we were riding on board with someone and they did the exact same thing, but the Williams actually missing the apex a bit there. Will look to tidy up that final corner and get a good exit. Of course, not easy in a slightly draggier car. Well, no, slightly low downforce car, and it's a P9 for Henry there. But yeah, we got Boss Cookie. I don't know. There's so many F2 drivers that managed to get a drive, and I've never been given a drive here. I'm better than half of them. Anyways,
What are the Aston Martins doing here? Are they trying to get a tow? Of course, yeah, get the dirty air. Oh, this is some interesting
It's a bit weird, but
some interesting racing to hold up.
that's close, yeah.
I
don't think-
Alonso and Lance Stroll.
wouldn't have had the best exit there, but let's see his sector time. Oh my god, what is this driving from Boss Cookie? A little bit all over the place in the Aston. So 2.99 coming out of sector 2 there. And
I think that will put him, I think, even behind the Williams of Henry and maybe behind the Haas.
yeah,
A 2.9, then you're maybe doing a 33 high, I think. So yeah, last sector, missing the apex again. It's not on the limit. Of course, it's still Q1, so there's a lot of opportunities more.
Oh, okay.
So he's doing a 33.6.
Not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah, this
Some good
teammate.
improvement in-
Sorry, God.
Some good improvements there in the last sector.
Yeah, so
yeah.
all the top 7, I think, pretty happy with their position at the moment. We've got 4 minutes left, so they're not going out as it stands. But I think those in the bottom 5 will definitely be wanting to make a move. These guys could have body banned as well. I don't even know if that's.
Yeah, I mean, the Mercedes and the McLaren will definitely be looking to make it into Q2 with
Yeah.
the performance of their cars.
But actually, is that Kagoda going out at the end of the pit lane there, or is that a different Mercedes? I think that's Big
I think
Sauce.
it's
So Big
his
Sauce is coming
teammate.
out. Yes.
Yeah, of course he needs to go out and set 1 lap time. This is a risk
Yeah.
he's taking to only set 1 lap time at the end. So
Yeah.
hopefully for him he's not invalidating, because if he is, then yeah, of course he's out, and that's the risk you take by going out late. Maybe he's trying to push. Maybe he got a little bit more fuel in the car,
Yeah.
so he
But
can
that-
do 2 laps. But that's really difficult right now, because I think when he crossed the line, there's still like 1 minute 40, 1 minute 50 to go. So it's a little bit difficult for him.
Yeah. But
And
preparing
the
his
pressure
tires
is
at
there.
the moment and getting the heat into the engine. Is anyone on a flyer right now? Is Boss Cookie? No, Boss Cookie's coming into the pit lane. Yep, I think we're just seeing the outlaps at the moment, and then of course we will get some laps going. But number 72, currently P17, as a Boss Cookie also retires. Yeah, where do you think this Mercedes can go? Of course, I don't have a clue who this guy is. Of course, I don't know his pace, but
Yeah.
you've got a decent-ish car underneath his feet.
Probably top 6, top 8.
Yeah, with the
Maybe also
performance
one
in the
number.
car, He of course needs to be ahead of the McLarens because yeah, that's also the Mercedes engine. And with the more downforce the car has and just a better performance, I think he will go ahead maybe of Galaxy. I think he can go P5, P4, P5.
Confidence then in the McLaren, the
Right.
Mercedes.
Mercedes are very close to Ferrari, aren't they? Same with Aston Martin. And McLaren as well, they're all in a very close patch.
Yeah, well, pretty
Same with
clean at turn 1. I'd say he's missed the apex ever so slightly. They could definitely have taken more of the red and white curve there, but through sector 1 we go the S section then. Playing it a little bit safe on the entry into one of those, and I think on the throttle. Looks decently tidy from Big Sauce, maybe a bit stiff, not quite confident on the steering wheel. He's done a decent first sector. Whether that truly is purple or not, we'll find out of his lap time at the end. But into sector 2 now, then maybe a straight line here for the majority of it. This is really test of your top speed and of your braking with the hairpin there. It was actually a really good apex from Big Sauce. I wonder if he could have braked a little bit later though, but a decent exit. Coming down the back straight, big elevation change. You can burn a lot of ERS and not recover it going up that hill as Alex also retires in the pit lane. Braking now at around 100 meters. Missed the apex there, and I'll have to hope he can find a little bit more time then in this sector 3. It's a 1:3.9 in coming out of sector 2. This is not very fast
really
lap.
bad.
Yeah, this is not fast from Big Sauce. This is like P11, P12 territory here, I think.
Yeah, but of course it's only Q1.
Yeah.
So I think he's just
Maybe.
playing it safe and not pushing. I hope for the Mercedes driver.
Yeah.
The last 2 corners, the most difficult corners of this track. Hopefully he's not invalidating and he's taking it very carefully. But this is not a very good lap time from the Mercedes driver, so we'll see where it puts him.
That is some Sergio Perez type thing right there.
P12.
Yeah.
He could be at risk here.
P30 now. He's at risk here because if the guys behind him are
The
improving,
McLaren should be able to make it.
Yeah, we still got the McLaren of Taco, and we'll have to see what his sector 2 time is. But yeah, we got the Williams as well. I think you were going to say that, weren't you?
Yeah, we have also the Williams, and I think the Haas is also still out to improve his lap time, and the AlphaTauri. So if they can improve, maybe he is here. Maybe he's at risk here. So because if he gets overtaken by the 3 people, then of course.
Oh no, Taco's having a stinker, so I don't think he's going to be knocking out Big Sauce unless he's running a lot of aero and he's going to make it up all here in sector 3. Then oh no, what is that? McLaren spins around and actually has
and that's
and
caused a red flag.
Yeah, he has had a whack with the barrier there, and of course the Tech Pro catching on to the rear tire.
The Williams of Luke still on a lap. He is, so he can still manage to knock to.
Someone apparently has gone purple in sector 2 as well, though. So I don't know if that was a Mercedes or an Alfa Romeo back there. I doubt it was Big Sauce. He's just done a push, so we'll have to check what Max is doing. Maybe it was the low downforce, low drag of the Williams here. Let's see as he comes across the line. He does knock Big Sauce out. So Big Sauce is out of Q1.
Exit.
Yeah.
Surprise exit for the McLaren and the Mercedes in Q1 here.
Of course, he's not happy with that.
No,
of course,
no
we
way.
want to ask Total Wolf about this.
Yeah. So Luke
will not be happy with this.
Luke Mills scraping him by the skin of his teeth there. Yeah, closer than the Williams would have liked compared to his teammate, especially as well, 2 tenths off. But I think that's kind of most of the pace they can extract out of the car at the moment. And well, yeah, that is Q1 done and dusted, eliminated. Big Sauce. Oh wait, actually, do we get 5 cars eliminated or 4? Because there's 19 drivers.
It's still like P16 to P.
Yeah.
Yeah, P16.
Okay. Well, fastest in Q1, Rullaton, of course, in the Red Bull with FICO far behind him in the Ferrari, of course, and Koda in the Mercedes. But speaking of Mercedes, his teammate knocked out in Q1. Big Sauce out along with Tess Will, 23 in the AlphaTauri. Klotz did not make a fast enough lap time, 3.4 seconds off the Red Bull, and Taco crashing out in the middle of sector 3 there. Saw him lose the rear end and could not slow it down in time. But that is it for Q1.
But I think this will show us that there is maybe simulation damage because it was not a big hit.
Yeah, it seemed like, you know, if I was watching that in real life, I'd be like, oh yeah, your rear tire's gone, mate. But then when we actually cut to it, I wasn't expecting his rear tyre to be gone. So you're right. Maybe it was simulation damage. Maybe the game just caught it at a funny angle. But yeah, we don't run simulation. I don't know. Do we? I feel like we might run simulation in F2.
You can check in the settings.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here are your drivers for Q2 then. Let's get everything back up on the screen. Someone's got the mediums.
We run
their car
standard
right now.
damage. They have standard damage.
Is it sim standard or is it standard?
At least I'd expect rate to be standard.
Yeah. All right. Well, here comes Zombie out of his. I think that's Zombie. I've just called him Zombel.
It's Zomble.
Zombal. I'll call him Zombal here. All right. Zombal, the first coming out, along with Kagoda, not far behind him in the Mercedes. And of course, more to follow. But based on what you saw there, do you think people would have been on a maximum pace, or?
Some of them definitely, but it seemed like some people weren't at the optimal of what they can do on their laps.
Yeah, we did see a bit of a flex from Rolatorn, of course, showing off probably his true pace when he's 4 attempts clear of the next car. So, yeah. Interested to see who can stir up the order here. But good job to the Haas and the Alfa Romeo for both making it. Of course, only one of them. Both Alpines also make it, both Astons make it, and both Williams. One AlphaTauri does make it through as well.
Which is a surprise. That's one of the cars you'd
acknowledge
expect
that.
to be out in Q1.
But, yeah.
The Haas here, in theory, would be looking at Q3 would be a very good result for a Haas. So we'll see what they can do.
He is on the medium though, so I think he's saving a set of softs, or maybe just doing a little test. Oh, on the mediums. That's how we saw the McLaren of Taco go out, sliding around the same corner. But I think we'll just have to see what the Haas can produce. But right behind him, of course, I think we can watch a bit of a miracle lap from Alex. It'll be interesting to watching this compared to all the other cars as he gets ready to set his up. And controller, was he a keyboard player? That looked very stiff steering from Alex there. Anyways.
Very stiff steering.
Yeah. Coming up to turn 1, braking just before the 50-meter board, big uphill section. And again, compromising his apex a little bit, maybe to carry some more speed through. Could probably get away with that in a Red Bull, but through the S section here, this is where this car will be at one of its mightiest moments and have the most advantage over the rest of the field. In terms of pure car pace, aerodynamics, everything. But into Sector 2 now and then. Looks like a decent Sector 1 from Alex. And he'll look to brake at around 100 meters. Again, just a little bit later. But he does miss the apex a bit though, so that would have compromised him. This could be an old set of softs. Don't forget, these could be older sets that people are running. So I wouldn't judge the lap times at face value until we get later on into Q2, but yeah, braking at 100 meters this time and absolutely abuses that curb as much as he possibly can. Purple Sector 2, as it stands. Of course, straight line of speed on that Red Bull DRS will be absolutely ridiculous. And now hitting the apex.
4 is pretty good, no?
That's
2.4 he did in millisecond. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 2.4 seconds. Yeah, 1 minute to. Oh my god. Anyways, very close to the orange sausage curb there. Maybe a little slide on the exit and coming through the final corner. This would be the benchmark for not only his teammate but the other drivers, a 32.7.
That's all right.
Yeah, not a bad lap time at all. Cohen will come up to the line. What can he put in? He can go a second slow with a 34.0. Kagoda up across the line. He's only 8 tenths off, a 33.5. And then the Alfa Romeo behind starting a lap. You got FICO coming up to the line now. What can he put in? Only 5 tenths off Alex, so not bad at all. A 33.2 from the Ferrari driver. And then we got the Williams of Henry crossing the line, 2.5 seconds off. Of course, not much performance in that car there. Rolatorn will cross the line. He doesn't take provisional pole yet from his teammate. So,
but
who
you
knows?
can pick tires, can't you? On the tire menu.
I don't know if it will tell me. I'll have a look. Let's have a look at the tyres here. They might be fresh. I don't know. I don't think it does.
Yeah.
I don't know if it shows or not, so Seb will have to tell you that one.
No, I think they'll refresh.
Yeah. There's the majority of your lap times then so far from the big players. We've still got Galaxy to set a lap time. Max Martin is getting a lovely slipstream from the Mercedes. The Mercedes, though, didn't look like he was going to move out the way. Yeah, that was a little bit sketchy from Kagoda. And yellow flag ahead, just a slow-moving Alpine. But that would be a big advantage. Say again?
It's not a bad sector, too.
No, yeah, that would be an advantage for Max.
The massive toe, though.
If he can have a good sector 3, then he can maybe be ahead of the Williams in P8.
Yeah, very close. Track limits there, clearly on the limit of that setup for the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, you two both seeing it. And it's P8, 34.3 for Max Martin. So the top 5. Sorry, go on.
A Q3 would be, again, like has a very good result for an Alfa Romeo as well.
Yeah.
They're so close that it's really all down to the driver, so...
And Pandish Pan, he was, I think, going to set a lap time, but I think he invalidated at one of those final corners there. Not too sure, didn't quite catch it. But in terms of the top 10, it's a Red Bull 1-2 provisionally with 9 minutes left of Q2, and then FICO, the only Ferrari to have done a run so far. Then Kagoda, Formula Cringe, it's Lennart, Cohen, Max Martin, Henry, and Boss Cookie round out your top 10. We've still got 5 drivers yet to set a lap time though, so certainly don't go making any bold predictions yet as we watch Galaxy on his out. Where do you think Galaxy could put it then? Anyone?
It needs to be before.
Go on.
Hello?
There we go.
It needs to be before. That's all it needs.
Yeah.
Yep, fair enough. Alex Ego retiring already as well. So he's confident with his time.
And with that being a Red Bull, it's probably the case.
Yeah, that car is just brilliant this year. Compared to the rest of the field, they could win every single race in real life. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. But
just like the seats.
Yeah, speaking of real life, you guys hear about, Max Verstappen's engine issues at Monza?
Yeah, overheating, no?
Yeah, it was give it 2 more laps, full racing distance.
Perez would have won.
Yeah, Perez would have won the race.
Well, unless Red Bull will have told him to just stick behind because the gap.
I think the others behind were catching pretty badly as well. It would have been a tough ask to defend that. But
I mean, Perez had a 10-second gap back, so if they had an extra 2 laps.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
All they'd have to, that gap would just go from 10 to 9 seconds. So I have a feeling if I know Red Bull right, they would do something like that.
Yeah, probably knowing Helmut Marko.
And then Perez would have to decide himself whether he wants to be selfish, like every driver should, or listen.
Yeah. I wonder if he would fight.
I don't know what he would do.
Purple Sector 1 for Galaxy then, who is yet to set a lap time, but he's invalidated at the left hand, one of the first left-handers in Sector 2, and have to back off straight away. And yep, that is a huge shame. Yeah, that is a tyre set wasted. That's a shame for the Ferrari driver as well. That's consequential to his qualifying. He'll need to, figure out a plan now, how he's going to handle the rest of this.
He can try to go on the same set again, but then might struggle to find a pace. But the Ferrari is also quite quick, so he might be able to make it. Yeah. On a used set.
I've got an AlphaTauri going slow at what's going on here? He's burning fuel. I think he's just heating up his tyres. I thought maybe a little spin from the AlphaTauri there. But let's see, is Luke Mills on a lap? I think Luke Mills is on a lap. 3.1 in Sector 2 for the Williams driver. I wouldn't say that's too bad at all, considering what's underneath his feet and how he didn't get track limits there. I do not know. I have to see a replay of that. But Luke Mills up to the line, not pushing that badly out the final corner. P8, second and a half off. Much better than his teammates. Much better.
Very close with Alfa Romeo.
Yep. Boss Cookie is on a lap, I believe. Yeah, Boss Cookie on a lap. And he's 4 tenths on his personal best. It says he's purple sector 1. Who knows the track evolution?
25-2.
Yeah, that could be...
That's better than the Ferrari.
Ah, well, Boss Cookie. Maybe a contender here. Well, of course, he didn't get a very good lap in Q1 when we were watching it, but turned out to actually be all right. He missed the apex, though, of that hairpin. Hopefully, he hasn't suffered too badly with that exit as he comes down very long and up and downhill straight here at the Circle of the Americas through the last turn of Sector 2 and into Sector 3. It's a 2.499. That's pretty decent.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, thank you to the Bear Jew too.
Out of there.
Yeah, a little bit slidey for the Aston. Thank you to Bear Jew too for subscribing with Prime for 2 months. Really showing your support for SimHaven here. But we're showing our support for Boss Cookie though, as he comes through the penultimate corner on the throttle quickly for the Aston Martin. Coming through the final corner, don't bot it now. There was hesitation on the turn-in. Where can the Aston put it? P2 for the Aston Martin.
For the
Only 3 tenths off of Alex, and that's a statement here at the towards the end of Q2. Galaxy's come to the pit. He wasn't able to start another lap. I think Leonard is also finding big time out there. I don't think it's enough to disrupt any of the front runners, but it is interesting to see how the track is evolving.
Oh, something's happened to him now.
How these drivers are finding pace today. Something's happened.
Well, yellow flag.
All right. Yeah, coming absolutely on the limit of track limits there. And he also goes P2. Could we see a big name fall out here if people, find that time?
The Ferrari and Alpine are currently at risk.
Yeah, Leonard's just got P5. FICO could get knocked out if he's not careful enough. If everyone gets a really good lap together, FICO could be in big trouble. I doubt, loads of people are going to come within 5 tenths of Alex's lap time. But you've already seen the McLaren and Aston and Alpine are now jumping up. You could see Formula Cringe, Max Martin, Henry, if he could put a lap together. Yeah, this could be a...
And Galaxil.
Yes, of course. Don't count him out. Now, if this was Galaxy's real lap, then he would be getting a nice toe up this set straight, and I think he'll be wishing this was his real lap as well.
Yeah.
He's probably going to overtake McLaren, I'd imagine, so he can get a better track position. And, yeah. That was me and Ferrari. I'd wave to them as I drove past. But this is only a video game. What am I waffling about? Anyways, 2 minutes left of qualifying. Boss Cookie has retired, so he, of course, jumped up to P3. And those that are grayed out on your screen cannot set another lap time. So, someone says, don't worry, BJ, you're still in the ad read at the end. Let's see. Yep, so Henry is starting a lap. Galaxy is starting a lap. I think Galaxy is the one we should definitely watch here. Seb, do you want to take us through a slightly delayed lap?
Yeah, as he goes through the last corner here, goes on throttle, opens up his DRS and goes for his lap. We'll see through the first sector now how it compares. I know the McLaren did a 25.2. Into turn 1, he hits the curb slightly and gets a good exit, so it looks clean. Here through the S's, it's all about downforce.
It's laggy, I can tell you that. And, what sector time were you looking for?
25.2. 25.3, that's actually still very good.
Yeah, so 25.3.
At the end, I think the Aston Martin also had a 25.3.
Yeah, it's a bit laggy from Galaxy, so kind of hard to judge what kind of racing line he's taking, to be honest. But hopefully he's set himself up nicely to come down this straight here. The top 6 have all retired now, of course, so it'll be up to the remaining, quick maths, I don't know, the remaining drivers left in Q2. Kagoda retires. He thinks he's safe. Yeah. 7 people. Galaxy a 2.7 purple sector 2, according to the timing map in the bottom right. That's good.
That's good. That looks like Q3, unless he bins it like the McLaren.
Yeah, got to do a Charles Leclerc. Whee! No, lots of grip for the Ferrari out there, taking his racing line as he would. 2 downshifts for that left-hander. Penultimate corner, 4 downshifts here, depending on your preference. Get the throttle down nicely, almost exceeding track limits. Only P7.
that's good.
So 2 tenths behind his teammates. Huh. What do you
He
make of
lost out
that?
in the last sector, I think. The
Max
second sector
Martin
was good.
will come across the line. Will he make it into Q3 or not? No. P11 at best for Max Martin. Formula Cringe will cross the line. Will he be safe from the remaining drivers? He's P5. He's the first to take the checkered flag. And now that we look to the Haas of Zombel, the driver we came out of Q2 with, will we see him make it into Q3? No. 1.7 seconds off the pace. Only a 34.4 for the Haas driver. Meanwhile, we still got Luke Mills, who's only improving a little bit on his lap time. Will he find enough in the final sector to make it into Q3 as well? It'd be great if he can put the Williams car in there. Car 88 round the final corner, up to the line. Will it be enough for Luke Mills? He crosses the line, and it's only P11. He cannot make it. Henry is still, I think, no, Henry's not improving. I think that's it for Q2.
No lap.
Iggy, is Iggy on a lap? Iggy maybe on a lap, but it's got very slidey out of what? Yeah, very slidey indeed. And using all of the track, I don't think Iggy is going to make it into Q3 here. Would be a real shock for the AlphaTauri team. Comes around the final corner. Yeah, it's not there. No. Better than the Haas, but not good enough for Q3.
Haas. This is much more tight compared to Q1.
Yeah, it's a good top 10 as well.
Yeah.
But,
so we got 2 Ferraris, 2 Astons, 2 Alpines, 1 McLaren, and 2 Red Bulls in the top 10.
Where else would they be, eh?
I mean, look at the other Merc and the other McLaren.
Yeah, true.
Under the top 15.
I think they're probably under the watchful eyes of their team principal, though, so
yeah,
certainly be on their best behaviour. But yeah, there you have it for Q2. Being knocked out, Luke Mills, Max Martin, both the Williams with Henry as well, and then Iggy and Zombel. None of them making it to the final stage of qualifying. And that leaves you with Alex Cohen, Boss Cookie, Rullaton, Formula Cringe, Leonard FICO, Galaxy, Kagoda, and Pandish Pan to have those final minutes of qualifying to sort themselves out and put in their best lap. But yeah, there you go. 14th for Iggy, as it says on the screen. And do you think he can be happy with that, considering where his teammate was?
I mean, the AlphaTauri is the slowest car on the grid, so I think that's pretty good. I don't know, it's not like insane, but it's solid.
Yeah.
It's what you can expect.
There's your timing results. So Cohen in the McLaren found good evolution on the track. He got within 2 tenths of Alex's best time in the Red Bull, and the same goes for Boss Cookie as well. He with almost a 33 flat. Cohen just breaking into the 32.9s. And yeah, the rest is as follows on the screen. FICO and Galaxy, they'll certainly want to pick up the pace for Q3 as a Formula Cringe and Leonard.
Ferrari could be challenging Red Bull in theory if they get their lap nailed. The Ferrari could, in theory, be challenging Red Bull.
Be exciting end to Q3, I hope. If they all come out at the same time and they'll cross the line at similar times, it'll be really good, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's up to the rest of the grid to knock the Red Bulls off the top spot. The Swedish and the British driver looking to claim another pole position and eventually another victory in this race. But yeah, I think this has been a good quali so far. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's been good so far.
Yeah, we just wait for them to come out. Sometimes it takes a while, but yeah, exactly. Had a few cars not making it. You excited for Circuit of the Americas this year?
Yes, especially with the Haas bull,
yeah,
the white bull, or what you call it.
Season's crept up on us. I swear, like this whole year has just disappeared.
Yeah. I just hope the Haas can become good again.
Yes. Anyways, we got a Red Bull, some signs of life in the Red Bull garage. Alex coming out, nice and early with 11 minutes. Same with Boss Cookie and Lennart. And
But
yeah.
tires here, both the Red Bulls have 2 new sets each, but I don't think everyone has 2 new sets each. Formula Cridge, for example, did 2 laps in Q2, didn't he? So then he'd have 1 new set. Unless he gets another set in Q3.
I've just got to grab a drink out of the fridge. I put it in there like 2 hours ago. And I kid you not, it's the exact same temperature as when I put it in there. I'm fuming. Absolutely fuming as well. Anyways, yeah, so Lennart will do his lap first, but I think we can look at Boss Cookie here because he's already shown okay pace in Q2. Of course, that could be blamed on track evolution, but don't underestimate these drivers. Who knows? They could do a Verstappen at Jeddah in 2021 until the final corner. But yeah. So you now know a little bit about the drivers, Seb, and potentially their pace. Who do you think can stick it in the top 3, top 4?
So
I think it would be bad to count out the Red Bulls. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Other than that, like Boss Cookie looks possible if he gets the lap together, as well as one of the Ferraris.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what sector 1, 2, and 3 times he does. As a car number 9 makes his way out of turn 1, sliding a little bit there, a little bit of traffic on the left hand side of the road. That shouldn't impede him in any way, shape, or form. Make his way through the S section. I don't know if it's my internet, but all of these drivers seem very glitchy. I would hate to be racing them. It's a 25-2 in the first sector. If that's on fresh tyres, that's good. Yeah, that's good for the Aston. And I'd be interested to see what the other cars do. We've actually got a Red Bull going through there right now. Let's see what Alex actually does in comparison. Only a 25-5. So Boss Cookie with the best first sector at the moment. He's getting a lovely slipstream from his teammate here. This is huge teamwork. Huge teamwork. Even using ERS to stay on pace with Boss Cookie.
This is a really strong toe.
Yeah, revving out in 8th gear. And actually a pretty decent apex there. Good turn in from Boss Cookie. Yeah. Oh, what is he doing here, though? He's thrown it all away. Absolutely thrown it all away there. I don't know.
That was 2-3 in the middle sector.
Yeah, that's Red Bull pace from the Aston Martin. I wonder if he'll still complete the lap or whether he'll box straight away. But that was a waste. That looked clumsy from Boss Cookie. We saw little bits of that in Q1 as well. But it's Lennart. Starts us off with a 33.9. Let's see what Boss Cookie could have done as he comes around the final corner. And it would have been a 32.8. That is solid pace. From the Aston.
He also lost a bit of time from what he did there and after, so it would have been quicker if he hadn't made that mistake.
Here comes car 66. He does a 32.9, so it would have been a faster lap time for Boss Cookie. That just shows you how strong that toe was as Cohen moves on to start his lap. Then we got Pandish Pan, who's invalidated. And I wonder if he'll cross the line or not. See what his theoretical time would be. But
yeah, he's going line.
The Alpine theoretical best 34.8 at the moment. He could have backed off as well, but I wonder if he's going for another push here. Looks like he is. So maybe he backed off early. Maybe he invalidated early. Kagoda has been putting a lap together here. Let's see what the Mercedes car could do up to the line. Provisional pole for Kagoda by a lot, quite frankly. That is a lot of time found by Kagoda there throughout his lap. And I think the Red Bulls could be under threat here. Unless Rullatorn, Verstappen helmet, pulls a Max Verstappen-esque performance out of the bag. You know, this is shaking things up. So 32.4 for Kagoda. Alex 5.5 tenths off, with Lennart a second off after that. Yeah, this is getting exciting.
Yeah.
As Rullatorn through sector 1. Left, then right, then left again, then right. Maybe a downshift if needed, and it does happen. A 24.8 in the first sector. Rullatorn on an absolute flyer here. We told you he'd be looking to do a Max Verstappen-esque performance, and he currently is pulling one out of the bag. Mercedes pulling off to the side. Definitely doesn't want to give his competitor any more of an advantage. and slightly missing the apex there. Will look to focus on getting a good exit and a good run down the straight, but he'll hardly need it in the RB19. An absolute rocket ship, just making sure he keeps those extra hundredths on the white line there. 6 minutes left to qualifying. People coming into the pit lane, breaking 100 for Runatorn, smashing the sausage curb and getting good exit. And it's a 1.8 in Sector 2.
Oh,
my word. That's the fastest we've seen by a few seconds so far. Runatorn missing a few apexes here actually in Sector 3, so this certainly isn't a dream lap. Short run to the almost triple right-hander here. Very long indeed. I think it's made up of 2 corners technically. And very close on the limit. Orange curb, track limits. Once again, orange curb, track limits. Now exit up to the finish line. What will it be for Runatorn? Provisional pole of 31.87 by 5 tenths for the Red Bull. Kagoda will be sitting in his car thinking, my oh my, where am I going to find that time? And I don't even think that was...
Alex? A second to his teammate.
Yeah, Sergio, I mean, Alex is really looking at the difference here and is wondering, right, I need to pick up the pace now. I need to find this time. Of course, a P3 would not be bad, but compared to your teammate, a second off. You know, Miron was saying it earlier. Runatorn really is something special here. Anyways, Galaxy up to the line. He's done a 2.5 in Sector 2. What will it be out of Sector 3 for Galaxy? P4. So a 10th off of Alex's best time there. And then it will be FICO, who does also a 2-1 in Sector 3. So people are getting close to the other Red Bull, to the Mercedes. I think it could be quite tight here, actually, excluding Runatorn in the top 4. Yeah. I think it's actually quite a bit of competition there. Jake says, Alex is our designated Perez Operation Checo in the chat. Yeah, well, we're really seeing it. Maybe Alex will give... maybe Runatorn will give Alex his toe. What about Helmut Marco's a racist? That's not happening. FICO up to the line. P2. So FICO P2. 3 tenths off of Runatorn. That's not bad at all in the Ferrari. And he splits the Mercedes and the Red Bull and takes provisional 2nd place. And yeah, well, stick around because once these drivers come back out of the pits again and start doing their laps, this is going to be an exciting one. FICO rushing to get back to the pits there. And that wouldn't be legal where I come from in F1 league racing.
Exactly.
Right. Now that you've got 3.5 minutes, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Alex will find a second? And do you think he'll contest Runatorn for provisional pole? Do you think FICO will? Kagoda can find the time? Boss Cookie could set a valid lap? That was pretty crazy, don't forget, from the Aston Martin. But speaking of him, he is actually out there at the moment. And, well, he hasn't got a teammate to get towed in Sector 2 now. But
kind of butchered at that moment.
Yeah, it was just so clumsy coming into Sector 3 from the Aston. I don't really understand it. But just some keyboard mouse type moment. Anyways, you want to take us through Boss Cookie's lap? This could be an absolute world. This is going to be an absolute flyer of a lap, or it could be incredibly disappointing. Let's go.
Yeah. He exits turn on the last corner, opens up the RS, and we'll see. Goes down the straight. Or brake.
Good apex.
Yeah, he's apex there pretty well. A bit of a slide on the exit as he passes the McLaren. Sector 1, again, all about the downforce, the grip, the precision, hitting the apexes, reducing...
25-1. That is good from the Aston.
25-1, that's pretty good. Better than his first run.
Yeah.
There is all about the rear end stability for the...
Oh, and hang on a minute, look at this. Because Boss Cookie, he may have missed the apex, but here comes the toe. Watch the rev limiter on that steering wheel. Up into 8th gear straight away, and it's going to be almost 13,000 RPM, almost 1,000 brake horsepower coming down into Sector 3 then. What's the Sector 2 split going to be for Boss Cookie? Could he challenge the front runners in the Aston Martin? It's only a 2-2, so matching the Ferraris, and he'll need a very tiny Sector 3 here. He's already sliding around. He's already missing the apexes, not ideal lines. But he gets good apex there. He'll now come round a double right. This is where the downforce comes in. The downforce and the engine power really have to have a nailed setup through these final few corners, through the penultimate, 2 downshifts. Immediately on the throttle, sliding around for Boss Cookie. Final corner. What can he put together? up to the line for the Aston Martin. Only P5, 32.6. A good effort from Boss Cookie. That other lap must have been magical, the invalidated lap.
Yeah.
And let's cut to Alex, who actually is not improving. He's got almost no ERS. And
He's improved by 4 attempts before though. Look, he was a second behind, now he's only 6 attempts.
oh yeah, okay. So Alex has already done a lap. Sorry. So
He's in lap.
yeah, he's on an in lap. Kagoda's about to start his lap. Formula Cringe.
So Alex is not in contention then. That's his last attempt.
Yeah, who have we got coming up to the line then? I think, has Leonard done it? No. Pandish Pan, a 3.9 in Sector 2, so this won't be extremely competitive from the Alpine, having to do 3 downshifts for that corner in that Renault engine, which is, yeah, it's shown to be weaker, and yeah, it's just a little bit behind his teammate. Fico's retired, so Fico will not be going out again in Q3, and yeah, now we wait and watch what the competition has for Runatorn, who is now also on his flyer. I think Formula Cringe may have been given a toe down the straight as well. I didn't actually quite catch that Sector 2 split. Let me see if I can get it again. It's a 2.3 in Sector 2 for Formula Cringe. So if he keeps it tidy, if he keeps it neat through Sector 3 here, this could contend with at least a top 4. I'd say he'd be above his teammate with the way he's driving. A good exit out of there, up through the final corner. Good use of the curb and good use of the throttle pedal. And it's behind his teammate by 2 attempts. Gets jumped by It's Leonard as well. The McLaren of Cohen only goes to P8, a second off of Runatorn. And now it's down to this man. Cohen is only a 10th down though, coming out of Sector 2. I don't think he's finding enough time here to contend with the front runner of Runatorn. This could be a straightforward pole, another pole in the bag for the Red Bull team. Up to the line, a 32.2, only a 10th better, but out here Runatorn with a 1.7 in Sector 2. He's going even quicker. We told you he could do it, and I think he's been finding time in Sector 3 too. And it's just a magical lap from the Red Bull. Wherever you go, it sticks to the ground like PVA glue. Up to the line, and it's a 31.6. Yeah, the 31.6, I think. And yeah, Runatorn.
That's a really good lap around this track.
Yeah, there is your qualifying. There's your top 10 for the race, which we'll be getting to very shortly. So Runatorn on pole by 5 attempts. Fico retired from the session and just held on to the front row by 0.03 of a second. And then Alex for Red Bull, not the most ideal position for the British driver, but I reckon he can probably recover that pretty nicely. Boss Cookie P5 after what was actually a pretty decent lap. It's Leonard 6th for Formula Cringe. Cohen will be P8 after showing okay pace in Q2. And then Galaxy all the way in P9. Stinker of a lap.
Bit disappointing for the Ferrari, yeah.
Yeah, Pandish Pan only P10.
So now in the race, we'll get to see what the drivers out of shape